Comedy is one of the few professions where pushing boundaries and challenging societal norms is not only expected but celebrated. While it's often said that comedians can do anything without consequence, the fact is they are not invincible. These are 10 comedians who ruined their careers overnight. Beginning with Stephen Rannazzisi, who lied about escaping the South Tower of the World Trade Center during the September 11th attacks. In an interview in 2009, Rannazzisi described working at Merrill Lynch as an account manager in the South Tower when the first plane struck the North Tower. Rannazzisi said, "I was there. The first tower got hit and we got jostled all over the place. Then the Port Authority came on the loudspeaker. Explosion in Tower 1. Things are being taken care of. Everyone remain where you are. Stay calm. We're figuring things out." And I was like, I'm going to check this thing out. I went downstairs, went outside, saw all the pandemonium, and then about 5 or 6 minutes later, bang. Rannazzisi said his escape from the attacks contributed to his decision to move from New York to Los Angeles, where he could pursue a career of becoming an actor and comedian. In 2015, the New York Times confronted the comedian with evidence that undermined his account. Rannazzisi was actually working in Midtown New York on September 11th and not for Merrill Lynch, which has no record of his employment and had no offices in either tower. After being confronted, Rannazzisi said, "I don't know why I said this. This was inexcusable. I am truly, truly sorry."
It's not like I moved to Los Angeles with this story, with the thought of like, I'm going to go out and trick everyone out there and tell them this is what it is.
It wasn't calculated.
It wasn't calculated at all. It was as simple as sitting at the Comedy Store and everyone like, "Hey, you're from New York? Yeah. Were you just there? You were around? Yeah. I was downtown. Yeah, I was there. You work there? Yeah, I did." And if you have like 15 seconds, I think.
Right.
To kind of go, wait, hold on, stop. I'm sorry, that's not true.
Right.
And if you pass that 15 seconds, it's sort of like now
it becomes the story. It becomes
a thing where you're like, now I have to be the guy who's very strange and weird and just said I lied about 9/11.
Right.
And Howard, when I tell you, I truly, in all of my heart, wish that I had that voice that I feel like I have now that said, "Hey man, take a breath, relax. People are gonna like you. People are gonna understand who you are when they get to know you. You don't need to lie about that. Take that back." I mean, because comedians are cruel people, especially in the beginning.
Yeah.
And I kind of was like, well, maybe now, I don't know, maybe people will not be as mean to me or not make as many jokes about me, because they think that this is what I...
Louis C.K., at the height of his comedy career, was starring on a successful TV show and awaiting the release of a film he wrote and directed. His whole career was put on hold when a report by the New York Times included accounts from women accusing Louis C.K. of sexual misconduct. A few days after the article from the New York Times, Louis C.K. responded to the allegations by admitting that these stories were true. These stories are true. At the time, I said to myself that what I did was okay because I never showed a woman my without asking first, which is also true. But what I learned later in life, too late, is that when you have power over another person, asking them to look at your isn't a question, it's a predicament for them. The power I had over these women is that they admired me, and I wielded that power irresponsibly. I have been remorseful of my actions. Roseanne Barr completely derailed her career in 2018 when she made a racist comment on Twitter. Barr responded to a Twitter thread where someone claimed that Valerie Jarrett, one of Barack Obama's senior aides, helped hide Obama's secrets. To that, Roseanne Barr responded saying, "Muslim Brotherhood and Planet of the Apes had a baby equals Valerie Jarrett." Roseanne Barr was the main actor in the revived TV show Roseanne, but after that tweet went viral, ABC canceled the show, replacing Roseanne with a spin-off show called The Connors, which didn't include Barr. Barr then went on Twitter again and apologized by saying, "Guys, I did something unforgivable, so do not defend me. It was 2 a.m. and I was ambient tweeting. It was Memorial Day too. I went too far and do not want it defended. It was egregiously indefensible. I made a mistake, I wish I hadn't, but don't defend it please. Thank you." She also tweeted, "I'm not a racist. I never was and I never will be. One stupid joke in a lifetime of fighting for civil rights for all minorities, against networks, studios, at the expense of my nervous system / family / wealth will never be taken from me.
Talk about Iran. I'm trying to talk about Valerie Jarrett wrote the Iran deal.
I know, but you've told me this 300 times. Do you know that
That's what my tweet was about.
I know, you've explained this literally 300 times.
I thought the bitch was white! God damn it! I thought the bitch was white! Fuck! When ABC called and asked me to explain my egregious and unforgivable tweet, I told them I thought Valerie Jarrett was white. About 40 minutes after that, my show was canceled before even one advertiser pulled out, and I was labeled a racist. Why, you ask? Well, the answer's simple. It's because I voted for Donald Trump.
Michael Richards, who has achieved global recognition for starring as Cosmo Kramer on the NBC television sitcom Seinfeld, was originally a stand-up comedian turned actor. After Seinfeld, Richards decided to go back to his roots as a stand-up comedian. In 2006, he was performing at the Laugh Factory when his set was interrupted by a group of hecklers. Richards responded to the hecklers by going on a racist tirade.
Shut up! 50 years ago, you had your own tied down with a fucking fork up your ass! You can talk, your brain now, motherfucker! Roll that out!
Oh my God.
All right, you see? It shocks you to see what's buried beneath your stupid motherfucker. What was it called for? It's not called for you to hear on my ass, you cheat motherfucker!
Richards immediately apologized for his behavior, but the damage was already done. He retired from stand-up comedy after the incident and picked up less than 10 TV and film credits over the next 15 years.
I lost my temper on stage. I was at a comedy club trying to do my act, and I got heckled, and I took it badly and went into a rage. Said some pretty nasty things to some Afro-Americans, a lot of trash talk. I'm really busted up over this, and I'm very, very sorry.
Many comedians have roasted former United States President Donald Trump before. However, Kathy Griffin took it to the next level when she posted a graphic photo online of her holding a Donald Trump mask with blood dripping down it. Right after she posted this image, venues canceled her tour dates and she lost her yearly spot on CNN's live New Year's Eve broadcast. She was also investigated by government officials.
I don't think I will have a career after this. I think I'm gonna be honest, he broke me. He broke me. And then I was like, no, this isn't right. It's just not right. And I apologized because that was the right thing to do and I meant it. And then I saw the tide turning and I saw what they were doing and I went, oh, okay, they're trying to spin this and they're making it about Barron, and obviously that was never my intent. I would never want to hurt anyone, much less a child, but I started to see what was really happening. And then it was a mob mentality pile-on. And so many people have expressed to me personally across the country at my shows, they're scared. So yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna get arrested today. I don't know.
What do you think about CNN firing you?
Despite the controversy, Griffin launched her Laugh Your Head Off comedy tour, played some sold-out shows, and even released a comedy special in 2019. But one thing for certain, she will never be looked at the same after posting that graphic photo. Dane Cook was once labeled as one of the greatest comedians of all time, but the controversy he has faced has really damaged his reputation. In 2005, Louis C.K. made a joke about what he was going to name his kids, and a few years later, Dane Cook told the exact same joke.
You can literally name your kid anything. You can name your kid a name with no vowels if you want, like Singleton. Just 40 F's, that's his name. Go clean your room.
I think naming them, that's gonna be fun. Whatever the names that you come up with, that's exciting right there. You get to both decide, hey, do you want to name that? No, I don't like that name, right? It's like a little game. You try to come up. I already have names picked out. I don't even know. First kid, boy, girl, I don't care. The first one that comes out, I'm naming it. I think it's beautiful. It's feminine but strong at the same time. Time for bed. I said time for bed. No cookies.
Dane Cook blatantly stole Louis C.K.'s joke, and this wasn't the only time he would do it. In 2010, Joe Rogan accused Dane Cook of stealing his material. There's good reasons for backlashes and bad reasons, and the good reason in this case is that Cook has been known to steal material. I've been a victim of it. This guy's very ambitious. Comedy is about coming up with ideas and bringing them to the stage. You sit in your house and hone material. It's like building a hot rod. He's guilty of stealing material. To make matters worse, in 2012, Dane Cook caused a minor controversy when he made a joke about the 2012 Aurora, Colorado theater shooting.
So I heard that the guy came into the theater about 25 minutes into the movie. I don't know if you've seen the movie. The movie's pretty much a piece of crap. And, yeah, spoiler alert. And I know that if, none of that had happened, I'm pretty sure that somebody in that theater about 25 minutes in realizing it was a piece of crap probably was like, oh, shoot me.
Like Dane Cook, Carlos Mencia has also been accused of stealing jokes, but to a much higher extent. In 2005, Joe Rogan wrote a post on his website that publicly accused Mencia of being a plagiarist, alleging that Mencia stole jokes from a number of comedians. George Lopez has also accused Mencia of plagiarizing his material. Mencia has also been accused of stealing a routine from Bill Cosby. In his special No Strings Attached, Mencia performs a bit about a father who spends years training his son for a career as a football player, only to see the son say, "I love you, Mom," at his moment of televised victory. Cosby performed a similar bit in his concert film, Bill Cosby Himself, and wrote briefly on the subject in his book, Fatherhood. Mencia told the Los Angeles Times that he had never seen the film, but regretted the similarities between his and Cosby's jokes.
I know people aren't gonna believe this. This is 100% accurate though. Every single time I've ever heard anybody say, "Yo, Ned, Carlos, I heard somebody say that joke is theirs," I immediately call those people or walk up to them or go up to them or do whatever. I immediately say, "Hey, I heard this." So I went up on stage and that was the first thing I asked. "Hey, Joe, what joke did I ever steal of yours?" And of course, it was, "No, you don't steal mine. You just steal jokes. You're a joke thief," and blah, 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 blah. And that whole thing came out. And then Ari came on with The Wall. And it was like, dude, how many comedians do this? And I've been, whatever. Like, so.
To make matters worse, a Reddit user said, "I heard a horrific story once of a guy that was in the front row of a Mencia taping, and Carlos was wearing a leather jacket on stage. He was sweating profusely under the lights, and it got so bad that anytime he gesticulated or waved his arms too forcefully, sweat would fly out and splash everyone in the front. Gross." In June of 2020, Chris D'Elia was accused of sexual harassment, grooming, and solicitation of nude photos by multiple underage girls. CNN Entertainment reported that in 2011, D'Elia asked actress Megan Drust for a ride home from a Los Angeles restaurant. While in the car, D'Elia allegedly unzipped his pants and exposed himself before Drust exited the vehicle. In March of 2021, D'Elia was sued by an anonymous woman in U.S. federal court on allegations that D'Elia sexually abused her while she was 17 years old. D'Elia generally denied the claims made against him, and in February of 2021, he released a video saying that all of his past encounters with women had been legal and consensual. He admitted to cheating on his partners and claimed that he was addicted to sex.
"Everything I've done has been legal and consensual, and that's true. And I wanted that statement to speak for itself. First of all, I do know how it looks with the with all the stuff that's been said and the emails that have been put out there and what the media has been trying to say. And I know it looks bad, and it doesn't show the full scope of what happened. I stand by the fact that all my relationships have been consensual and legal, and that's just it.
Gilbert Gottfried was known by many as the guy with his shrill voice, strong New York accent, and his edgy and often controversial sense of humor. He was even the voice of the Aflac duck for 10 years. Well, in the wake of the 2011 earthquake and tsunami that devastated parts of Japan, Gottfried posted a series of 12 tweets making light of the disaster. He tweeted things such as, "Japan called me. They said maybe those jokes are a hit in the US, but over here they're all sinking. Japan is really advanced. They don't go to the beach. The beach comes to them. What does every Japanese person have in their apartment? Floodlights." Many considered these jokes in poor taste, especially the insurance company Aflac. They quickly moved to drop Gilbert as the voice of their duck mascot. Despite the setback, his career in movies and TV continued to thrive. However, Gottfried didn't pick up too many more commercial campaigns after he issued his tweets.
What eventually happened, they fired me.
So there was a tsunami in Japan. You might have heard about it. Now, at the time, do you realize that Aflac does 75% of their business in Japan?
I found that out soon enough. Oh, yeah!
You think they could have told you that?
I done found that
out! So the Twitter account, @RealGilbert, oh, believe me, he makes it clear, too. Oh, it's real. Not even Joe Schmo, I'm going to have fun on this. It's me, Real Gilbert. He writes, okay. Japan is really advanced. They don't go to the beach comes to them. What do the Japanese have in common with Howard Stern? They're both radioactive. What does every Japanese person have in their apartment? Floodlights. I just split up with my girlfriend, but like the Japanese say, there'll be another one floating by any minute now. I do remember he was tweeting so much, my lights started dimming. Yeah.
See, but you notice when you were reading the tsunami jokes, everybody here was laughing.
Yes, that's true.
And see, that's the thing.
That's what matters. You know what else?
Right, yeah.
None of us were getting $1 million.
Yeah.
Probably one of the most famous comedians who ruined their careers overnight was Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby was well known in the United States for his eccentric image and gained a reputation as America's dad for his portrayal of Cliff Huxtable on The Cosby Show. Multiple allegations emerged that Bill Cosby has sexually assaulted dozens of women throughout his career. He was accused by over 60 women. The earliest incidents allegedly took place in the mid-1960s. Assault allegations against Cosby became more public after a stand-up routine by comedian Hannibal Buress in October 2014, alluding to Cosby's covert sexual misbehavior.
As the fucking smuggest old black man public persona that I hate. This kid's on TV. Pull your pants up, black people. I was on TV in the 80s. I can talk down to you because I had a successful sitcom. Yeah, it was great women, Bill Cosby, so kind of brings you down a couple notches. I don't curse on stage, but yeah, you're a rapist, so take you saying lots of motherfuckers on Bill Cosby himself if you weren't a rapist. For the most part, it's fucking public Teflon image. I've done this bit on stage, and people don't believe, people think I'm making it up. I'm like, Bill Cosby, there's a lot of rape allegations. No, you do. That shit is upsetting. If you didn't know about it, trust me. If you leave here, Google Bill Cosby rape. It's not funny. That shit has...
Thereafter, many additional claims were made. The dates of the alleged incidents have spanned from 1965 to 2008 in 10 US states and in 1 Canadian province. Cosby has maintained his innocence and repeatedly denied the allegations made against him. Amid the allegations, numerous organizations severed ties with Cosby and revoked honors and titles previously awarded to him. In December of 2015, 3 Class 2 felony charges of aggravated aggravated indecent assault were filed against Cosby in Montgomery County, Pennsylvania. Cosby's first trial in June of 2017 ended in a mistrial, but Cosby was found guilty of 3 counts of aggravated indecent assault at retrial on April 26th of 2018. And on September 25th, 2018, he was sentenced to 3 to 10 years in state prison and fined $25,000, plus the cost of the prosecution at $43,000. In 2014, Judy Huth had filed a civil suit against Cosby in California, alleging that he had sexually assaulted her in 1975 when she was 16 years old. The trial began in 2022, and the jury ruled in Huth's favor. Cosby was ordered to pay $500,000 in compensatory damages, and in 2023, 9 women filed sexual assault suits against Cosby. These have been 10 comedians who destroyed their careers in seconds. I want to know your thoughts on this list, and let me know down in the comments which comedians you think deserved their careers being destroyed and which comedians didn't. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed, please be sure to subscribe with post notifications on, and I will see you guys in the next one. Have a great day. Peace out.